Candidates contesting in General Election 2020 will address voters in this constituency political broadcast. Single-member constituency candidates will be given 3 minutes. Candidates in 4-member group representation constituencies will be given 12 minutes. And 5-member constituencies will be given 15 minutes. Candidates will speak in any of the 4 official languages. Here are the candidates contesting in Tampines GRC.
Dear Tampines residents, Dr. Koh Poh Kun, our new member, will begin.
Dear residents of Tampines, I'm happy to join this wonderful Tampines family. This election is taking place during a global pandemic and economic crisis. It is the crisis of our generation. The threat to our lives, our jobs, and our future is real. My work in MTI and NTUC has emphasized the importance of transforming businesses and upskilling our workers to help them be prepared for an uncertain future. This is even more crucial in a post-COVID world. In the past week, interacting with many Tampines residents, many of you have shared with me your fears and anxieties about your jobs and your job security. I can understand and empathize your anxiety because the global pandemic, the impact of it has been felt here and globally. Beyond government schemes and support for our businesses and our workers, I believe local ground-up initiatives can help to translate these schemes into realities. We will work with many of our Tampines businesses to help them weather this pandemic and thrive so that they can provide better services for all of you. Our Tampines Hub has a public service center. I believe this is a good resource for Desmond and myself to bring in the network and resources of NTUC and the unions to better support you in your job search. The upcoming project Commercial Rooftop Urban Farm at Block 723A can also galvanize interest and create interesting job opportunities here in our community. The Town Council team, led by Li Hui, has done much to enhance the estate and our living environment. But the needs of the community are ever evolving. My first priority, if elected, would be to walk the ground, listen to the feedback of residents who know intimately their immediate neighborhood. Whether it is a barrier-free access or an extension of a sheltered linkway, I believe that together we can identify new needs and seize new opportunities to enhance our living environment. The planned upgrading of Tampines Central Park will add further vibrancy to this community space that we all enjoyed and loved. But a house is not a home unless we have the hardware. Yam Keng has done much to help the vulnerable. In my previous stint at a different constituency, I found that if we can galvanize and actually discover the passion, the interest, and the creativity of our youth, we'll be surprised by how much more they can do for our Tampines home. I hope to provide youth of all ages different platforms so they can shine. Our youths are our future. They want the future to be a sustainable one. Tampines has many firsts. We're a first cycling town. We're also the first to have a food waste recycling and composting system in a HDB estate. We will work towards being the first eco-town in Singapore. We can do more by expanding on our sustainability agenda beyond the urban rooftop farm and to include many more community farm projects. These are issues that Masagos and myself are very passionate about. We work closely on the 30 by 30 task force and developing of the Agri-Food Innovation Park. Through this, we hope to bring exciting possibilities into our Tampines home and create opportunities for innovative agri-tech startups. Our residents can be the first to enjoy the success of their harvest. I hope you will give us your mandate as we work together to secure our lives, our jobs, and our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Poh Kun. Over the last 5 years, it has been a real honor to serve our Tampines residents. Not long after I became the MP serving the Changkat constituency, I visited the iconic but aging butterfly garden at Tampines Street 11. We were preparing for enhancement works. I went into an enclosed canopy that housed the released butterflies. We were preparing for an even bigger canopy. I met a little girl who is probably not older than 10 years old, she was chasing after butterflies excitedly. I'd asked her with some pride if she loved the garden. She said, yes, but shouldn't butterflies be free? Isn't it better? Her words stuck with me. We consulted more. She was right. We changed our plans. Today, we have a free and open butterfly garden where residents enjoy butterflies flying freely. This is the Tampines and Singapore that Team Tampines is working towards. We must be open to the people, to the views of our people, make changes together. We want to give life and hope to the aspirations of our people regardless of their age. For example, together we revitalize the Rao market into a comfortable food destination. Today we face formidable challenges. Jobs are harder to come by. Young families might face difficult challenges. The solution is to work together. For example, we are expanding the network of our job placement centers so that our residents can find local community jobs. We are also expanding our care and growth program so that our younger families can meet their immediate financial needs. There is more that needs to be done, but we cannot do this alone. We will need your support. We are better together. Yam Keng will now share with you our vision and our work in building communities.
各位当兵里的朋友，大家好。过去14年来，我有幸为民服务，学到了很多。我要衷心感谢您的支持与付出，让我深深感受到推动社会的正能量。3年前，我出版了一本华文文集。 用卖书的所得设立一个选区助学金。我们在社区活动、严护走访时，挨家挨户呼吁居民支持，感谢居民们对这项计划的支持。最让我印象深刻和感动的是，有好几名非华族居民主动前来买书。他们说看不懂中文没关系，看照片就好，因为做善事义不容辞。就这样。 我们筹到了20多万元，至今区内有12名家境有困难的学生受惠。助学金的钱虽然不是很多，但它是汇聚了许许多多人的爱心，还有大家不分种族、宗教和语言的决心。这就是我们国家能够和谐进步的力量。在冠病疫情期间。 许多公众义务分发口罩、爱心礼包，还有心心相连的大家唱、全民鼓掌的民间活动，把团结新加坡的精神发挥得淋漓尽致。我马延庆和我的团队朱贝庆、钟立慧、马善高和徐宝坤向大家保证，我们一言既出，驷马难追，我们会加倍努力为您服务。 相信您独具慧眼，会善用您手中宝贵的一票，选出能够带动社区和国家共同发展的团队。谢谢。
Dear residents of Tampines, in 2015, I campaigned to be an MP on 2 main themes. 1. I wanted to see our seniors age with dignity and enjoy their golden years. 2. I wanted to enhance our Tampines kampong spirit. In Parliament, I spoke about seniors and retirement. If we retire at the age of 65, we will have about 20 years of retirement. What we hope for is to spend these 20 years meaningfully. We have a senior daycare centre in Tampines East. When Madam Chua first joined the centre, she had several plasters all over her body. After 2 weeks of exercises, she told me she felt better and do not need any plasters. She is also happy to have made a new friend and they love singing Cantonese songs together. We want our seniors to stay active and fit, just like Madam Chua. And to do so, we have exercise programs in every Tampines RC to make this happen. We also had numerous meals, Teochew porridge and halal feast, and discussed serious policies such as CPF, HDB, and how to make a will. By encouraging seniors to stay active, they make more friends and look out for each other and that is the old kampong spirit. Next, I want to talk about the work of the Tampines Town Council. To improve estate cleanliness, we have implemented a monitoring system to study the cleaners' cleaning pattern. We know how many minutes they spend on every level of your block. With this, it will help us to plan their workflow better. Thank you for working hand in hand with the Town Council to keep our estate clean and green. In fact, many of you gave snacks and cards for our cleaners to encourage them. That brought many smiles. I'm sure you agree with me that Tampines is a beautiful and gracious town. You would have received our 5-year master plan newsletter in your letterbox. Together, we can make the vision into reality. Thank you.
Penduduk Tampines yang kami hormati, kami bersyukur dapat berbakti kepada anda selama ini. Kami telah banyak berinovasi, menjalankan beberapa inisiatif untuk membangun bandar Tampines dan kediaman anda yang menjadi idaman semua. Tampines sangat istimewa. Paling istimewa tidak lain adalah hub Tampines kita. Gedung yang megah, bertaraf dunia, penuh dengan kemudahan untuk anda. Tetapi yang lebih istimewa adalah semangat kekitaan kita bekerjasama memberi kemasukan hingga itulah yang mencorakkan hub Tampines kita. Kami juga teruja dengan sambutan para karyawan apabila kami menyeru kepada mereka untuk berganding bahu, bekerjasama, membantu mereka yang memerlukan di rangka M3 di Tampines. Pilihlah pasukan PAP di Tampines. Kami berjanji untuk menjadikan Tampines kediaman kita, jiwa kita, Tampines bersama. Dear residents of Tampines, since the beginning of Tampines Town, you have put your trust on the PAP team to build Tampines our home for you and with you. Tampines is special. In 1992, the United Nations awarded Tampines the UN World Habitat Award, first ever in Singapore. Since then, Tampines has grown and beautifully. Desmond spoke about the beautiful butterfly gardens. We will do more. But most special about Tampines is no other than our icon, our Tampines Hub. World-class facilities, 6 swimming pools on the rooftop, a bowling alley in the basement, and movies every night. But more special than our Tampines Hub is how the Hub was born, together with you. 15,000 inputs from our residents put together to make our dreams come true. This spirit, Tampines Together, is special to Tampines. It is also this spirit was how we overcome together during the circuit breaker period, COVID-19, that we all are facing. Some of us came together to sew masks for the needy, deliver food for the elderly, and we did not forget the frontliners. It is also the spirit that we will need when we need to overcome a bigger crisis, this time an economic one. Many stand to lose their jobs. Pokun and the NTUC will preserve our workers' security for their jobs. We will make sure those who need support and jobs will get them. Our promise is to keep Tampines, our home, special. I hope you have read our 5-year Tampines Master Plan. We'll be more greens, we'll build facilities and parks. We will now walk with you on a new journey to live and breathe sustainability in Tampines Town. We will build Singapore's first eco-town in Tampines. But in doing all that, we will put Tampines, our heart, at the center of everything we do, caring for you, listening to you, the way that Li Hui and Bia Yam King has done for our residents. At the end of the day, we will cherish our collective memories of going through this crisis with the Tampines Together spirit. Vote for the PAP. What we promised, we have delivered. We promise to make Tampines our home, our hearts, Tampines together.
Hello voters of Tampines and fellow Singaporeans. Firstly, I'd like to thank all our supporters in Tampines GRC who have stood by us all this year. With their continuous encouragement and well wishes, we continue to outreach to the residents for the last 5 years. Everyone knows better that it is an uphill task for all alternative parties to compete against the ruling party. But we are standing forward to allow residents to have a voice, a choice. We respect the decision of the voters who had not voted us. But we hope you can have a change of heart come polling day on 10 July. We will put forth the 5 main issues of our manifesto. Protect our BMETs and revisit SICA FTA agreement. We are looking at ways to ensure local BMET have a level playing field for employment with the foreign talent brought about by SICA. In the agreement, is found to cause a disadvantage for our local BMETs into the workforce. We will push to abolish that particular agreement. Affordable housing for future generations of Singaporeans. We must look at cost subsidy as part of the mechanism to reduce the price. Besides the price, we will also study into increasing the livable space of HDB flats. There is so much room for improvement with the current ones. No to further GST hike. In fact, we are looking at zero GST for basic necessities such as cooking oil, salt, rice, sugar, baby milk formula, and diapers, and the list goes on. Honoring our legal rights to withdraw our CPF at 55 years of age. Stop the increment of withdrawing age, and in time, progressively, we will reduce the withdrawal age criteria to honor those rights. Make the withdrawal at the stated age by default with an opt-out option if member wish to maintain his CPF account. This can be supplemented with wealth management advisories to ensure our retiree can have a fulfilling retirement. With the proposed above, we hope to build a country with higher quality of living because it is your entitlement. So do the next right thing. Vote wisely. Vote NSP. At the constituency level, we wish to implement a Tampines Town Development Plan if elected. 1. We will review and construct more barrier-free facilities for people with disabilities. This may include more raised house for the visually impaired. Ramps meant for people with disabilities shall be also constructed to provide a soft ambient rather than a rigid zigzag formation with concrete walls. 2. Building of elderly-friendly facilities in housing and common spaces, including grab bars, low-rise steps, pair of rising stool every 150 meters, along main walkways with covered shelter. To work with bus operator to provide user-friendly bus stops, such as having bigger fonts of bus service number display at bus stops and system for announcement of arriving buses. Providing emergency token for elderly and PWDs for assistance via similar apps like My Responder. 5. To install progressive solar cells to power common facilities. This could lessen the Conservancy's charges paid by the residents. 6. to improve on the current walkway, overhead shelter, and point-to-point journey based on the feedback of the residents. To implement Meet People session, we will include a mobile MPS where the residents do not need to travel to the static location for MPS. We will also look into having online and visual sessions made available. To look into technological improvement for lifts to eliminate common touch points. We will provide online services for residents to join the discussion pre- and post-parliamentary session where we can help voice the concern in Parliament. 10. We will provide transport arrangement for residents who are keen to attend parliamentary hearings. 11. We will call tenders for service providers and contracts that require staffing with Tampines residents as a priority, matching the job scopes and aspiration of the residents. 12. We will set aside MP allowance as seed funding in collaboration with local enterprises for constituency growth, including funds for the underprivileged, for basic necessities and schooling needs for their children. 13. We want to set up a cooperative and links up for small, micro and home-based businesses in Tampines. This is to encourage residents to patronize their products and services. 14. We will start a precinct-level self-support group and befrienders for the resident in needs with collaboration with social service organization and charity groups in the constituency for a one-stop service center. Let's do the next right thing. Help us build a kampong spirit in Tampines. Vote NSP. Thank you.
Salam sejahtera pada para pengundi di Tampines dan semua warga Singapura. Terlebih dahulu, kami mengucapkan terima kasih pada penyokong-penyokong kami yang bersama kami selama ini. Dengan sokongan padu anda, kami tetap dalam jangkauan. Walaupun satu tugasan yang berat buat kami menandingi pihak parti pemerintah, kami tetap ke hadapan untuk para pengundi mempunyai suara, mempunyai pilihan. Kami juga menghormati keputusan semua pengundi. Cuma kami berharap anda lebih mengenali kami dan membuat undian yang sewajarnya pada hari mengundi yang jatuh pada tanggal 10 Julai. 5 perkara utama yang ingin kami sarankan: melindungi PMET tempatan dan merujuk semula perjanjian SIKA. Kami akan mencari jalan agar PMET tempatan boleh berdaya asing dengan adil dengan PMET bakat luar negara. Sekiranya perjanjian itu berat sebelah dan membebankan PMET tempatan untuk mendapatkan pekerjaan di Singapura, kami akan minta perjanjian itu dimansuhkan. Kos perumahan awam yang berpatutan buat generasi baru Singapura. Kami merujuk pada subsidi potongan kos sebagai mekanisme untuk merendahkan harga jualan perumahan awam. Kami katakan tidak untuk sebarang kenaikan GST, sama ada pada waktu yang terdekat atau selamanya. Malah kami mahu dipertimbangkan untuk keperluan asas seperti beras, minyak masak dan susu bayi dikenakan sifar GST. Kami mahu menghormati hak undang-undang warga untuk mengeluarkan wang CPF pada umur 55 tahun. Dengan terlebih dahulu menghentikan anjakan umur untuk mengeluarkan wang pencarum dan demi masa kita dapat menurunkan aras umur secara berperingkat sehingga turun semula pada umur 55 tahun sebagai menghormati hak warga. Kami usulkan pengeluaran wang CPF harus diberi secara otomatis dan diadakan pilihan opt-out sekiranya pencarum mahu wang mereka tetap dalam akaun CPF sebab mereka tersendiri. Wadah ini harus diikuti dengan pendedahan dalam hal pengurusan dana agar pesara dapat menikmati pulangan yang sejajar dengan rancangan persaraan mereka. Ini semua dan banyak lagi saranan kami ada untuk dibentangkan untuk membina negara yang mempunyai kualiti hidup yang lebih tinggi untuk warganya. Di peringkat kawasan undi, kami akan mengadakan pelan pembangunan Bandar Tampines. Kami akan mengkaji semula dan membina lebih banyak kemudahan untuk insan kurang upaya. Ini termasuk lebih banyak jubin timbul untuk insan yang kurang daya penglihatan, cerun landai buat kerusi roda dibina selaras dengan kawasan indah, bukan setakat cerun landai zigzag yang malap. Kami mahu membina kemudahan buat penduduk yang sudah berusia seperti grab bar, aras setiap anak tangga yang bersesuaian dengan gerak dan kekuatan kaki mereka, dan mengadakan tempat duduk rehat sementara berpasangan setiap 150 meter di sepanjang jalanan berteduh. Huruf dan abjad besar buat nombor bas di papan tanda di setiap perhentian bas dan juga di bas itu sendiri. Insan yang berusia yang tanpa penjaga diberi alat token untuk meminta pertolongan cemas ala apps seperti My Responder. Pemasangan sel solar untuk menjana kuasa elektrik buat alat kemudahan elektrik. Ini juga akan menjimatkan kos buat kawasan undi. Melanjutkan lagi tempat jalanan berteduh agar penduduk tidak terdedah pada hujan atau panas dari satu sudut ke satu sudut yang lain seperti yang diminta oleh penduduk. Kami akan mengadakan tempat Meet the People session seperti lazimnya dan disokong dengan MPS yang bergerak agar penduduk tidak perlu berjalan jauh. Kami juga akan mengadakan sesi secara dalam talian dan alam maya. Kami juga akan menggunakan teknologi baru pada lift untuk menghapuskan alat sentuhan yang lazim seperti butang lift. Kami akan menyediakan wadah talian untuk penduduk bersama berbincang sebelum atau selepas sidang parlimen di mana kami akan sampaikan keprihatinan mereka. Kami akan menguruskan peruntukan untuk penduduk hadir ke sidang parlimen sekiranya mereka berminat sangat untuk mendengarnya. Tender-tender yang kami panggil untuk pengurusan dan kontrak akan dipadankan bersama pengambilan penduduk di kawasan undi yang sejajar dengan skop pekerjaan dan aspirasi penduduk tersebut. Kami akan ketepikan sebahagian dari allowance MP untuk menjana dana dengan kerjasama syarikat-syarikat di dalam kawasan undi untuk membangunkan kawasan undi termasuk sebagai dana untuk keluarga yang kurang berkemampuan mendapatkan keperluan asas dan keperluan sekolah anak-anak mereka. Kami akan mengadakan skema seakan kooperatif dengan pautan untuk peniaga kecil-kecilan dan peniaga dari rumah di Tampines dan menggalakkan penduduk Tampines menggunakan khidmat mereka. Kami akan mulakan program di aras perkawasan kumpulan bantu diri dan skema Befriender untuk penduduk yang memerlukan bantuan termasuk menyatukan organisasi perkhidmatan sosial, kumpulan amal dan sebagainya dalam kawasan undi untuk dijadikan perkhidmatan sehenti. Ayuh, kita ambil langkah yang betul seterusnya. Membina semangat gotong royong di Tampines. Undilah kami, undi NSP. Sekian, terima kasih.
Friday, 10th July is polling day, when you can exercise your right to vote. Additional measures have been introduced to make voting safer for senior voters. For senior voters aged 65 and above, your poll card will have the sergeant sign. You will be allotted a voting time band in the morning. If you turn up outside your allotted time band, you will be given priority to vote. On polling day, you or your family members can check the queue status at votequeue.gowhere.gov.sg before heading to your polling station. If you need assistance, a family member who's assigned to the same polling station may accompany you. Election officials will be on hand if you need a wheelchair. All polling stations are barrier-free. If you need help with electronic registration, disinfect your hands with hand sanitizer before passing your NRIC to the election official. After electronic registration, join one of the queues to receive the ballot paper. When it's your turn, place your poll card and NRIC on the table. After the election official has read out your voter serial number and name, you may keep your poll card and NRIC. Then, please sanitize your hands and put on the disposable gloves before receiving the ballot paper. Go to the polling booth. You may request a lap polling booth if the polling booth is not suitable for you. Use the self-inking pen to mark a cross in the empty box for the candidate you are voting for. You may also use your own pen. Do not make other markings on the ballot paper. When you're done, fold your ballot paper in half and drop it into the ballot box. Remove your gloves and place them in the bin at the exit when you leave the polling station. Election officials are trained to provide all the assistance you need. Voting is safe. Your vote is secret. For more information, visit the Elections Department website or call the election hotline.
July 10th is polling day. Political parties fielding 6 candidates or more in this election will deliver their party political broadcasts in 4 languages on television and radio. The second party political broadcast in English will be aired on Thursday, 8 p.m. on Channel 5.
Tonight to News 5. It's the last day of campaigning before Friday's general election. Political parties make their final pitches before cooling off day.
So this election is a serious election. It is about our lives, our jobs, our future.
We need a rational and responsible opposition in Parliament.
The full stories and more, all at 9.
Here are the candidates contesting in Tanjong Pagar GRC.
Para penduduk GRC Tanjong Pagar, pasukan PAP bagi GRC Tanjong Pagar terdiri daripada 3 orang calon yang pernah menjadi ahli anggota Parlimen, Encik Chan Chun Sing, Puan Jom Pereira dan saya, Indrani Raja. Kami mempunyai 2 calon baru, Encik Eric Chua dan Encik Alvin Tan. Mereka telah menyumbang tenaga sebagai sukarelawan di kawasan Tanjong Pagar buat bertahun-tahun lamanya. Pasukan kami tetap komited untuk berkhidmat dan memenuhi keperluan para penduduk. Kami telah tingkatkan pelbagai kemudahan di estet-estet kita. Kami telah melaksanakan banyak program-program sosial untuk membantu golongan yang memerlukan. Kami akan memperkenalkan program-program untuk terus membantu kanak-kanak mencapai potensi mereka sepenuhnya. Ramai keluarga mengalami cabaran akibat COVID-19. Kami akan memberi tempuan kepada mereka yang hilang pekerjaan dan membantu mereka untuk mendapatkan pekerjaan yang baru. Kami juga akan mengukuhkan bantuan di peringkat tempatan untuk melengkapi skim-skim di peringkat nasional. Dear voters of Tanjong Pagar GRC, I'm Indrani Raja. I would like to introduce the PAP team for Tanjong Pagar, Chan Chun Sing, Jom Pereira and myself, who were MPs in the previous term, and 2 new candidates, Eric Chua and Alvin Tan. Eric and Alvin are no strangers to our GRC, as they spent many years volunteering with the youth and the elderly. There is something special about Tanjong Pagar, and it has to do with the residents who live here. During my walkabouts in Jalan Membina, many young residents approached me for a lift for an overhead bridge, but not for themselves. It was for the many elderly they saw struggling to walk up the steps every day. Thanks to their input, a lift will be installed at the bridge. Our town is built on many such thoughtful suggestions from the residents. Our residents care about each other, and our PAP team is committed to caring for you and working hard for you. There is much to be done. We will continue to improve and beautify Tanjong Pagar town as shown in our Town Council Master Plan. We will introduce green initiatives. We will add new social programs to existing ones to help residents in need of help and support. We will look after our seniors. We will strengthen that special bond so that you know that you are part of a bigger community and you are not alone, especially in this time of crisis. Tanjong Pagar is more than a constituency. It is a home with heart. The PAP's long history of service to Singapore and Singaporeans began in Tanjong Pagar. Our team will honour that legacy and build on it to improve lives for all. Now, over to Alvin.
Thank you, Indrani. My dear fellow Tanjong Pagar residents, my name is Alvin Tan, and as Indrani mentioned, Tanjong Pagar is not new to me. I've been serving here in the Chinatown area since I started 16 years ago, helping to serve the seniors, the elderly, building programs to foster racial and religious harmony, as well as building mentorship programs for our youth in the area. One of these programs is called Catch Plus, an after-school activity center and program for our youth in the Jalan Kukut neighborhood in Chinatown. Catch Plus has many different programs, including sports, social and emotional learning programs, dance, and also digital learning programs like coding and computer classes. One of these graduates of Catch Plus is my mentee, and his name is Shanger. Now, Shanger, after graduating from Catch Plus, has come back to serve as a mentor for many of the young ones that come after him. It is really a virtuous cycle of mentorship that we have built and are fostering. So Shanger, I know that you're watching. I'm very proud of you. So programs like Catch Plus help us to prepare our Tanjong Pagar residents and others for a future that is both dynamic as well as digital. And this dynamic and digital future is not just confined to those that are young and not just confined to those that are seniors, but also the many middle-aged PMETs in our community. I will continue to build upon these programs in the Tanjong Pagar area to serve our seniors, our youth, as well as raise awareness about climate change through new green programs like Our Green Pekyo in the Cambridge and Pekyo area. 丹戎八个直选区的选民们，你们好，我的名字叫陈胜辉。16年前，我开始在丹戎八个区的牛车水一带从事义工工作，在这一带也认识了不少居民们。那住在牛车水一带的那个居民，那些年长者呢，都如同我为他们的家人，他们把我当成他们的孙子一样看待。每当我在拜访他们的时候，或者在牛车水大厦跟他们聊天的时候，他们总是会跟我讲一些有关新加坡早期的一些故事。那这些年长者呢的故事对我留下很多很深刻的印象。如果我们能够延续他们这个精神，乐观勇敢的精神，我相信我们国人，我们一同可以克服今天的一个困难。现在 我把时间交给我的队伍，我的队友瑞龙来给一个自我介绍。瑞龙，请。
Thanks, Alvin. Voters of Tanjong Pagar GRC, good evening. My name is Eric Chua. Just 3 weeks ago, together with my wife, we welcomed our firstborn into the family. Now, my recent fatherhood experience got me thinking very hard about life. Many say it takes a village to raise a child, but I would go further to ask, what are the values of this village, and what does the village stand for? As a young parent, I hope my son can grow up in a village where every child can have a fair chance to succeed in life, regardless of their starting points. As a son with aging parents, I hope my village is a place where its people, particularly seniors and the vulnerable, are genuinely cared for. And like many of you, someone who is trying to make sense of what a post-COVID-19 world might possibly look like, I hope my village leaders always does its best for its people, no matter how unpredictable or difficult the circumstances might seem. Dear voters, many of you shared your vision of an ideal village when I visited you. In my introductory speech, I spoke about the importance of mentoring our younger generations. Beyond our youth, other initiatives that I will be working on in the next few years include giving a hand to those impacted by the pandemic, helping our hawkers and elderly go digital, innovating our community programs for people of different age groups, and estate improvement projects to create an even more pleasant living environment for us all. If elected, I will listen to you intently and to serve you as your representative in Parliament. For the past 15 years, I have served in Tanjong Pagar GRC as a community leader. Looking forward into our future, I hope that we can work together to create our ideal home. 亲爱的丹戎巴葛集选区选民们，荧幕前的朋友们，晚上好，我是蔡瑞龙。丹戎巴葛是我的家园，过去15年，我一直都在丹戎巴葛社区当义工，以我微薄的力量为社区尽一份力。我的人民行动党同僚也同时在丹戎巴葛集选区很勤奋的在为社区努力。我们都不是陌生的面孔，所以让我们在这个非常时期，一如往常，与你们共进退、共患难，有福同享，有难同当。我现在把时间交给充满爱心的左安。
谢谢瑞龙，也恭喜你。各位丹戎巴葛集选区的居民，大家晚上好，我的名字是祖安清新。I'm Joan Pereira。过去的5年来，都在区里为居民服务。我非常关注年长者，所以为了更好的和他们沟通，我这5年来一直努力的把我的中文学好。在刚过去的阻断措施期间，不少年长居民告诉我，这是一段非常孤单、寂寞的日子，但是他们也理解到，大家待在家里，尽量不要外出，就是为了保护我们的年长人士，以免把病毒传染给他们。有年长的居民还跟我说，他们非常感谢全国人民的努力，以及大家的爱心与配合。我告诉他们，以前他们照顾我们，现在轮到我们来照顾他们。Dear residents of Tanjong Pagar GRC, over the past 5 years, my volunteers, both the young at heart, and many organizations, together with me, organized various care and support programs to help our residents in need, particularly our elderly. We made sure they receive daily meals, fresh fruits and vegetables, because right nutrition is important to them. We checked in on them daily to make sure they are well, safe, and healthy. During the circuit breaker period, the care and support continued. Recently, I visited Auntie Mary. She's an elderly who lives alone in a rental flat. She's socially isolated. When she opened the door and she saw me, she broke down in tears because she was so grateful that I made sure her 3 meals were taken care of during the circuit breaker period. At normal times, I would have given Auntie Mary a big hug. As I was not able to do so, I gave her a thumbs up instead. And she did the same to me. I have been with my residents in challenging times and in good times, and I will continue to work hard for you. To round off, I now hand over to Chun Sing.
大家好，过去的60多年，人民行动党团队得到丹戎巴葛选区居民的支持，我们一起走过风风雨雨，风雨同舟，克服万难，塑造了今天的温馨家园。丹戎巴葛是一个特别的选区，我们会珍惜一切，捍卫先辈所留下给我们的一切，把它们发扬光大。希望在接下来的5年会得到大家的支持，并肩作战，克服一切，走出现今的阴影，把一个更辉煌的新加坡留给我们的子孙。Residents of Tanjong Pagar, thank you for your support over all these years. Our founding Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, has set high standards for us to take care of Singapore, take care of Tanjong Pagar, and to take care of our residents. Our team is determined to do our best to uphold these high standards, to take care of you, to take care of Tanjong Pagar and Singapore. Regardless of the challenges ahead of us, we are confident that working with you, we will go through all this together. You know us, we know each other. We will keep our promises and do our best for you and for our country. Please vote for the PAP team to continue working with you for many more years to come. Thank you very much.
Dear residents of Tanjong Pagar GRC, I'm Michael Chua, the leader of the team and the Progress Singapore Party Organising Secretary. The other members of my team is Abbas Kasmani, Harish Pillay, Wendy Loh, and Terence Sun. I would like to assure all residents of Tanjong Pagar GRC that the team is committed to serving you, and we have the abilities and experience to manage the town council and to ensure that the estate is well maintained and in good conditions. Allow me to share with you some of my deepest concern for the country. You know, and I know that the PAP-dominated parliament is not working well. It's not working well because of the problem of groupthink. There are 3 reasons why this has become a problem. First and foremost, too many PAP MPs come from the same mold. They are either SF or PhD scholars or are selected for their conformity to this pattern. This problem is particularly worrisome for the appointment holders. Second, the PAP always enforce the parliamentary whip. No MP is allowed to say no or vote against their masters. They are forced to be yes men and rubber stamp whatever is pushed down their throats. Finally, they suffer from serious conflict of interest and duty. There's too much money and benefits at stake for each MP for them to take the risk of disagreeing with their leaders. So they just say yes and rubber stamp whatever their cabinet ministers ask them to. They've always voted in favor for all policies. No PAP MP has ever seriously disagreed except for Dr. Tan Cheng Bock. For this reason, we have to break this calcified mold and bring a new vision and fresh ideas to Parliament. In addition, we will also be speaking up in Parliament on many other issues of concern to Singaporeans. We need to question the serious conflict of interest of having the Prime Minister's wife running Temasek Holdings for close to 20 years and to having her salary in Temasek being kept like a state secret. No country in the world would have accepted this arrangement except in Singapore, because no PAP MPs dare to question this arrangement. I will give you my word that our team will ask tough questions on sensitive issues in Parliament. We need transparency, and we need it today. To conclude, the PAP is driven by their desire to take from you as much as they can, but the PSP is driven by our desire to give you as much as we can. They want to grow GDP and extract your money for bigger budget surpluses. PSP wants to make the life of ordinary Singaporeans better. They take profit. We will give you compassion. Please put me and my team into Parliament because we deserve a better and stronger Parliament. Vote Progress Singapore Party.
Assalamualaikum. Salam sejahtera tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, penduduk dan pengundi GRC Tanjong Pagar. Pada 10 hari bulan Julai, anda akan memberi suara untuk memilih kerajaan baru. Undian anda akan menentukan masa depan kita dan masa depan anak-anak kita. Sama seperti segala yang lain dalam hidup kita akan berubah di dalam norma baru ini. Inilah masanya untuk mengubah cara Singapura ditadbir. Perubahan itu boleh bermula di sini, di GRC Tanjong Pagar. Parti Kemajuan Singapura PSP akan bertanding di sini. Pengundi dan penduduk Tanjong Pagar tidak berbeza dengan pengundi-pengundi yang lain di Singapura. Sebilangan besar dari kita kehilangan pekerjaan kepada pekerja asing. Pekerjaan tidak dapat diwujudkan oleh pemerintah. Hanya rakyat yang mampu mewujudkan pekerjaan melalui perusahaan kecil dan sederhana yang dinamakan SME. Manifesto PSP telah melangkarkan pelbagai saranan untuk membawa anda ke tangga kerjayaan. Kita juga hadapi kos sara hidup dan kos penjagaan kesihatan yang amat tinggi. Kita juga takut kehilangan susut nilai flat HDB. Beberapa masalah ini adalah daripada dasar pemerintah. Dalam norma baru ini, PSP ingin mewakili anda untuk memperjuangkan nasib kita semua dengan mencabar dasar-dasar ini di Parlimen. Pemerintah harus menjawab soalan kita secara serius dan tulus ikhlas. Kami mempunyai pembangkang yang kecil di Parlimen dan mereka tidak dapat berbuat banyak perubahan atas dasar-dasar itu. Jika ada pembangkang yang besar di Parlimen, kita benar-benar boleh mempersoalkan apa yang akan beri manfaat kepada rakyat. Pada hari pilihan raya, undilah PSP supaya kita dapat membantu menjadikan masa depan yang lebih baik untuk Singapura. Undi PSP ke Parlimen. Anda berhak untuk kehidupan yang baik untuk negara, untuk rakyat. Terima kasih.
I'm Wendy, a lawyer and a candidate for Tanjong Pagar GRC. Singapore has its economic GPS, but we need a systemic reform. Let me outline a proposal. Our civil service needs to shift from paper qualifications to a skills-based assessment for promotion. It can help promote an outwardly productive civil service. The next immediate step is a reform of Social Security. The 4 budgets had provided complicated reliefs. There are simpler solutions, such as access to CPF for immediate relief. This can be capped at a sum equivalent to a minimal living wage. After all, the CPF belongs to the people. This will also minimize drawing on our national reserves. On a minimal living wage, we should urgently commission a study. This will provide a more accurate gauge of income criteria that cuts across relief. We should also work with employers to implement a minimal living wage to alleviate our low-wage workers. Beyond that, we should also establish a national database of our homeless and our invisible poor living in 3 to 5 room flats. We need to make the invisible visible for better relief planning. Third, on job creation for Singaporeans, our future education should be based on entrepreneurship and innovation. There should be a mindset shift of graduates being liabilities to assets of the company. They are digital natives who can help their employers expand their businesses through tech. In turn, their lower contract wages can be supplemented with profit sharing. Pre-graduation training should therefore be directed to marketing. More lecturing roles for marketing can in turn be created, and this will lead to opportunities for retrenched PMAPs. This can only create a win-win solution. To build on skill sets, Singapore can be the ASEAN regional hub for corporate universities. Industry and startup leaders can set the curricula and close the gap between market needs and available graduate skill sets. An industry-driven curricula will mitigate the excuse to import more foreign talents. An increasingly digitized economy, our competitors will not just be incoming foreign talents, it will be everyone who has access to the internet. Singapore needs to anchor our core competencies on what are essential services. The COVID has taught us this. Our training for PMAP should therefore be focused on marrying tech with food, water, healthcare and communication. GLC should grow SMEs alongside to be global businesses. Singaporeans with disabilities should be skilled for meaningful roles. And our elderly should be reschooled in heritage businesses to give them future-proof employment. Fourth, instead of straining for huge population growth, we should look towards ASEAN and beyond. Our Malays and new citizens can be economic ambassadors, connecting Singaporean businesses with ASEAN, Central Asia, China, India, and other countries. New citizens are part of us. Together, we can grow to greater heights. Fifth, as our elderly Singaporeans live longer lives, we should build on sustainable returns from CPF for them to retire with dignity. Our focus will be on affordable and holistic healthcare. We should address mental well-being like any other ordinary illness. Zero suicide should be a national goal. Singapore can be the next wellness hub in Asia, and spending from foreign wellness visitors can be used to cross-subsidize healthcare for our aging population without the need or burden of GST increase. So, more ideas definitely make better policies. You have that choice. Do it and vote for PSP this election.
各位电视机前的朋友们，大家好，我的名字是孙俊伟。我在此代表丹戎巴葛局选区，希望大家在这个新冠病毒的期间，会保持身体健康。身为一个反对党，我们前进党参选这次的大选，纯粹是要为人民服务，因为我们真正关心你们的福利。我们认为国家经济成果应该与每个人分享，而不是牺牲国人的利益取得经济效益。现在的政策大多数都切实可行，但是我们认为政府与国会议员应该更有同情心及同理心。在前进党，我们把每个新加坡人视为家庭的成员，一方面要照顾你们的饮食起居，另一方也要关怀你们情绪的福利。前进党作为反对党，是因为我们坚持正确的立场，为人民打拼。秘书长陈庆木医生树立一个很好的榜样，愿意与前政党背道而驰，为自己的信念而战。我们相信政府一定要解决生活成本一直攀高的问题。我们政策不能只关注推广国家经济，但也需要照顾上一辈及下一代。我们承认，在丹戎巴葛参选的前进党队，大多数是新手，但我们参选是带着真诚的心态，要为民服务，而不是把议员当成一份职业。我以及其他的队友都是你们当中的一份子，可以理会你们的立场。我们承诺会尽全力来与你们沟通联系。对青少年，我们会用社交媒体互动；跟晚辈，我们 会来探访你们。有什么不懂的，我们会聆听；有什么不知道的，我们会设法体会。因为我们重视你的观点、你的福利，要为你而拼搏。让我们现在携手合作，让我们社会更上一层楼。投前进党一票，谢谢。
Hi, my name is Harish Pillay. I'm part of this wonderful team from the Progress Singapore Party contesting in Tanjong Pagar GRC. I'll present on 5 proposals. First, review FTAs. The PSP agrees that FTAs or free trade agreements, not foreign talent agreements, are very important for a small country like us. But even if an FTA has been largely very positive for us, it is very important to review it periodically. We may always have to rebalance the precise terms of the agreement so that it continues to benefit both countries. One such agreement is the Singapore-India Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement. It needs serious review because it's hurting our local PMETs and fresh graduates. Even when FTAs contribute to our economic growth, we must make sure that the impact on the ground is fair and equitable. Second, a fair minimum living wage. We propose the establishment of a fair minimum living wage. Singapore must make sure that everyone who does an honest days of work earns enough to live with dignity. Singaporeans tell ourselves that we have progressed from third to first. If so, we must not let our economically challenged citizens struggle helplessly and live our third world lives. Singapore's strength should be measured by how high we lift those who are challenged. Third, entrepreneurship and SMEs. SMEs make up 70% of Singapore's economy. Other small countries have produced global brands like Nestle, Nokia, IKEA, yet we have failed to develop world-beating SMEs. This is partly due to the high business costs like rents. Another reason is GLCs stepping into lucrative areas, crowding out SMEs. A more vibrant SME sector will improve competitiveness and productivity, allowing entrepreneurship to thrive. Fourth, energy sustainability. The smart nation, if it is to be successful, needs a sustainable energy source. We must urgently diversify our energy systems to renewable, non-polluting ones. We must switch to a 100% electric public bus transport system. That will help us lay the groundwork for a truly smart nation that benefits all of us. And fifth, diversity and inclusion. They are not just nice words to have. Those are core to PSP's vision for Singapore and the Parliament. We need diverse voices in Parliament. We do not need Parliament full of yes men who allow the government to rule for the few instead of all of us. No one should be left behind. No one. For country, for people, you deserve better Singapore. Majulah Singapura.
An extraordinary election in the midst of a crisis.
A campaign like no other, and now a decision set to shape our future.
Join us as we count down through the night,
tracking every victory and defeat,
as the winners and losers of the 93 contested seats are revealed.
Singapore Votes 2020 results. Friday live.
Starting from 8 p.m. on CNA Channel 5 and CNA 938.
This week on Kin.
When you look at Khalid, what do you feel?
Myself. I'm damaged. And because of me, my son's damaged too.
Thank you for taking me to Nikki's birthday party.
You're welcome.
Kin, Mondays to Thursdays on 5. More episodes of Kin are available on demand for free on MeWatch. Brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric StarMax Air Conditioner. Shop at hdt.com.sg and authorized retailers for your BYD Care mask today. BYD Care presents Mask for the Nation. We received over 2,000 designs and they look amazing. Log on to the official website to vote for your favorite design now. 2 lucky voters will walk away with prizes worth $1,000 each. 3 winning face mask designs will be produced for public sale. All proceeds will go to the MediaCorp Enable Fund to help persons with disabilities. Visit mediacorp.sg/Mask for the Nation to cast your vote now. Voting closes on 10th July. Main sponsor, Dora, the tummy, hip and thigh slimming expert. Co-sponsor, BMW. Main sponsor, Allianz Insurance Singapore. We care about what matters to you.
Next on Lights Camera Singapore. At 9:30 p.m, Ravi is a lonely boy who calls into a helpline so very often.
Hello?
And at 10 p.m, the feature film Chennai to Singapore. That's how far Harish, a struggling filmmaker, had to go to find investors for his movie. Lights Camera Singapore. Tuesday with short film The Listener, followed by feature film Chennai to Singapore. Available on demand for free on MeWatch.
Focus on the things that make you happy on your next trip to Gangnam. Look fabulous with the right styling and grooming experts. Experience the joys of building your own woodwork creations or being a winning race car driver. Or just kick back and enjoy some delicious meals and unique cocktails. So get the insider's picks on all the places and activities that keep you focused on feeling good. Sunday on CNA. Gangnam Insider's Picks is brought to you by the Gangnam Gu office.
Tonight to News 5. It's the last day of campaigning before Friday's general election. Political parties make their final pitches before cooling off day.
So this election is a serious election. It is about our lives, our jobs, our future.
We need a rational and responsible opposition in Parliament.
The full stories and more, all at 9.
At work, let's all be good team players.
Good morning, how are you?
A little distance between us today will be good for us all tomorrow. A little care can protect the one thing that means the world to us. So let's do our part.
Here are the candidates contesting in West Coast GRC.
Good evening, fellow Singaporeans and residents of West Coast GRC. We are your People's Action Party candidates. We have much to share with you. Let me start with a few words in Malay. Para pengundi GRC West Coast yang dihormati, kami adalah pasukan PAP anda dan kami memohon sokongan anda dalam pilihan raya umum ini. Bertahun-tahun lamanya, pemerintah PAP telah berusaha gigih untuk meningkatkan kehidupan semua rakyat Singapura. Kini, wabak COVID-19 adalah cabaran paling berat dalam sejarah kita. Ia telah memaksa kita mengambil langkah-langkah yang sukar dan luar biasa. Pemerintah telah berkongsi perancangan kami untuk melindungi kesihatan anda, membantu keluarga, bina semula ekonomi dan selamatkan pekerjaan anda. COVID-19 akan menguji semangat Singapura. Maka, rakyat dan pemerintah harus bekerja rapat demi mengatasi cabaran ini. Kami, pasukan PAP anda, telah menunaikan janji kami dan akan terus bekerja keras mewakili suara anda di Parlimen dan pemerintah. Undilah kami agar bersama-sama kita dapat membasmi COVID-19 dan membina masa depan yang cerah untuk keluarga dan anak-anak kita. Undilah kami, pasukan PAP anda, agar bersama-sama kita dapat melindungi kehidupan kita, pekerjaan kita dan masa depan kita. Dear voters of West Coast GRC, we are your People's Action Party candidates and we ask for your vote in the general elections. COVID-19 is the gravest challenge in our history. It has profoundly affected our lives and severely disrupted our jobs. And we know that many of you are worried about your lives and your livelihoods. We understand and share your concerns and have specific plans, both national and local, to help you and your families. For seniors like Mr. Low, who is in his 70s, he and his 4 siblings have lived in West Coast all their lives. The Pioneer and Merdeka generation programs help significantly with their medical costs. The EASE program has made his HDB home barrier-free, and he is looking forward to the lifts at the pedestrian overhead bridges, which will make it easier for seniors like him to cross the AYE. For small business owners like Mr. Zairuddin, who runs the popular Mi Soto stall at 726 Market, business has been affected by COVID-19, and he greatly appreciates the 5-month rental waiver from NEA. Our town council has reduced SNC charges for him by 15% for 4 months. And he plans to adopt the SGQR code digital payment system. But most of all, we want to create jobs for Singaporeans. I serve on the National Jobs Council, and our aim is to create 100,000 jobs and training opportunities for mid-careers and fresh graduates. We complement that with Jobs at West Coast, our local initiative to bring job opportunities and career advice to your doorstep at every community centre from Teluk Blangah to Nanyang. And Miha will now share more about our plans.
Thank you, Iswaran. Together, our team will tap our diverse experience to develop local programs to serve the needs of our residents, supplementing national-level programs. For example, we've launched the Jobs at West Coast to bring jobs, employment assistance, and training opportunities closer to our residents. We are working with employers to bring jobs to our areas. We're holding career dialogues, local job fairs, virtual job fairs, and also deploying 24 hours job stations across West Coast GRC. So far, over 100 volunteers has come forward to serve as career navigators. They will provide peer support to assist our residents in their job search efforts in collaboration with E2I career coaches. We will do all we can to support your advancement. Our promise to you is that no one will be left to face life's challenges alone. We will walk every step of the way with you. Beyond the immediate challenges brought on by COVID-19, we will work with you to realize the exciting development plans we have in our areas. Our transport connectivity is set to be transformed with Jurong Region Line. It will connect West Coast areas like Ayer Rajah, Boon Lay, Kek Po, and Nanyang to the rest of Jurong and Singapore. With Jurong Lake District, Jurong Innovation District, and the Greater Southern Waterfront, we will bring more jobs, more leisure, more amenities, and more homes for all. We will also ensure our residents will continue to enjoy the many estate upgrading programs like the Home Improvement Program. Next, I will ask my colleague Wei Neng to talk more about other local programs.
Thank you, Miha. Let me continue in Mandarin. 今年政府已经承诺1930亿元来帮助国人度过这个史无前例的疫情危机。首当其冲的就是就业问题。政府已经和私人领域合作，会在今年推出10万个就业见习与培训机会。而我们在西海岸的团队就成立了一个工作援助计划。我们会把更多的工作，我们会把更多好的工作带来西海岸。我们也会在西海岸各区，从南洋、文里到智洛布兰雅，设立智能职业服务站，每一天24小时开放，方便居民找工作。居民在找工作当儿，也可以接受培训，培训的时候也有津贴。第二，居民也向我们反映他们对医药费的担忧。最近几年，政府已经大幅度的增加医药津贴，也加速医疗设施的建设。我们也在西海岸公园对面会建一个崭新的多层楼的乐龄医药服务中心，以满足我们居民年龄老化的需要。同时，我们会与其他的医药集团合作，我们会进一步减轻那些比较贫困居民的医药负担。 最近我们更推出了一个免费的医疗护送计划，我们能够免费的接送那些坐轮椅的贫穷居民到医院去检查身体。住在南洋区租赁组屋的郭先生就是在这个计划之下受惠的。接下来李泽森部长会说明更多的援助计划。志深，
谢谢维能。许多低收入家庭因疫情而大受打击，我们会全力以赴帮助他们。让我举个例子，陈女士是个单亲妈妈，照顾3个孩子，而最小的儿子患上忧郁症。政府援助到6月到期，社会服务中心为了帮助他们，主动替他延长多6个月。除了低收入家庭以外，许多平时没有经济问题的家庭也受到影响，有的失业或甚至减薪。政府将给予您资助。比方说 Ross 先生是艺术界的工作人员，因为疫情而失去了工作，他成功申请了冠状病毒薪金补贴，也是他第一次向政府申请经济援助。冠状病毒疫情或许是一个持久的危机，但是政府将不遗余力陪您一起度过难关。Now, many low-income and vulnerable families have been hit very hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. Sole breadwinners have lost their jobs, and families have less savings and support. We will support you. Our partners in the SG Cares community networks are actively reaching out to households living in rental housing to find out how they're coping and what additional support they need. We have also made ComCare assistance more responsive to better support lower-income households during this time. And for seniors living alone, we have reached out to keep in touch, lend a listening ear, and find out how they're coping. This crisis has not spared Singaporeans who ordinarily have been able to cope. Many middle-income households now also face financial uncertainty. Incomes have fallen and jobs are on the brink. And that is why we established the COVID-19 support grant to offer some financial support to help you manage basic needs. Recipients of the grant will also be linked up for job support or training. At the same time, this crisis is inflicting mental and psychological stress on many people, and we are glad that many have stepped forward to help us man a 24-hour national care hotline to provide support for people who are feeling anxious. Now, during this crisis, we have to work together to get through this together. Rachel will now follow up on families and youth.
Thank you, Desmond. Now, more than ever, families need support to succeed. At West Coast GRC, we want to support the building of strong families. Thank you for spending the time with us to share your concerns and your needs. Here are some of our plans for our families. Firstly, we want to make sure that every child has the opportunity for a good start in life. This includes making sure that there are sufficient preschool places, as well as affordable childcare for everyone. Today, we're encouraged to see an increase in the number of preschool places by 36% since 2015, to more than 30,000 places in West Coast GRC. For our residents that have a household income below $3,000, school fees can be as low as $3 a month at government-supported preschools. If you know of residents who may not know how to access this support, we will provide the help needed. Another area that we want to develop is a series of workshops and events that will help prepare our children for the future. These include workshops on STEM education, character and values development, robotics, and more. Secondly, we recognize that some of our youth are facing a challenging time. Many of our young residents who are just entering the workforce have a harder time finding employment. We want our youth to know that we are here for you, we will stand with you, and together with a team of coaches, we will journey with you and cheer you on towards a greater future. There's much more work to be done, and we look forward to more conversations with you. When our families across West Coast GRC are strong, we can face the future together with courage and hope. May I now pass this time to Iswaran.
Thank you, Rachel. Allow me to say a few words in Tamil. West Coast Kurutogdi வாக்காளர்களே வணக்கம். நாங்கள் உங்கள் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சி வேட்பாளர் குழு. பொது தேர்தலில் உங்கள் ஆதரவை எங்களுக்கு தருமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். இன்று கோவிட்-19 நோய் பரவல் நமது வாழ்க்கை, சமுதாயம், பொருளியல் ஆகியவற்றை மிக பெரிய அளவில் பாதித்துள்ளது. நம் போராட்டம் இப்பொழுதுதான் தொடங்கி இருக்கிறது. உங்கள் சுகாதாரத்தை பாதுகாக்க, வேலைகளை பாதுகாக்க அரசாங்கம் தன் திட்டங்களை தெளிவாக எடுத்துரைத்துள்ளது. அவற்றை செயல்படுத்த மக்களும் அரசாங்கமும் அணுக்கமாக செயலாற்ற வேண்டும். உங்களுக்கு சேவையாற்ற நாங்கள் தொடர்ந்து அடித்தளத்தில் துடிப்புடன் பணியாற்றுவோம். நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் உங்கள் குரலாக செயலாற்றுவோம். தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்கு, உங்கள் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சி குழுவுக்கு உங்கள் வாக்கை அளியுங்கள். ஒரே சிங்கப்பூராக கோவிட்-19 முறியடிப்போம். ஓர் ஒளிமயமான எதிர்காலத்தை உருவாக்குவோம். Dear voters of West Coast GRC, you have heard from us. Rachel, Miha, Wei-Ning, Desmond and I, we are fully committed to serve you to the best of our abilities, drawing on our experience in government, parliament, in the private and social sectors. We understand your needs and have specific plans for West Coast GRC for the next 5 years and beyond. Above all, you know us. You know that we keep our word. You know that we listen and act on your concerns. And you know that we have been with you day in and day out, every step of the way throughout the years to care for your needs. If elected to serve you again, we will continue to work actively on the ground to protect your lives and livelihoods and to care for you and your families. That is our promise to you. Please give us your vote so that we can come together as one Singapore to defeat COVID-19 and build a brighter future for our families and our children. Please vote for us, your PAP team, to protect our lives, our jobs, and our future.
Dear voters of West Coast GRC, I am Dr. Tan Cheng Bok from the Progress Singapore Party. We live in unprecedented times. The COVID-19 pandemic is raging, and we need to recover altogether. We must now adapt to new ways of working and living, new solutions. We need to think out of the box, not more of the same top-down approach practiced by the PAP, where the government tells you what to do and expects you to follow without questioning. Instead, we can rekindle the West Coast spirit where solutions come from ground up. This is what happened when I was an MP 26 years ago. Ayer Rajah was a sleepy town when I took over in 1980. The residents of Ayer Rajah and I made many changes together. We built a community with a soul, with facilities like the first barrier-free community center for able and disabled. We also pioneered a special daycare center for the young and old to bond together. The community spirit then was very strong, and we will draw on this community spirit to help each other through these tough times. Now, I'm back home in West Coast. I bring with me my experience as a past chairman of the Jurong East Town Council as well as Southwest CDC. I also bring with me an outstanding team with fresh ideas for West Coast. Let me introduce you to them. Hazel is founder of an award-winning student education business. She was a government PSC scholar from Cambridge University. First-class honors in mathematics. She worked at the Ministry of Finance in the prestigious administrative service. Hazel is a rare breed who thrives in both the public and private sectors. Logan is founder of an adult training and education company. He has 3 master's degrees in training and business administration. He held human resource and training appointments in the Singapore Armed Forces as a lieutenant colonel. Jeffrey is Chief Marketing Officer of a global insurance company. He is a recognized expert in agriculture insurance and regularly invited to speak at prestigious conferences. Man Wai is founder of a venture capital firm. As an overseas merit scholar, he was top student at the Hitotsubashi University in Japan with a master's in management from the London Business School. He is a former managing director of OCBC Securities and investment officer at GIC. Together, Hazel, Logan, Jeffrey, and Man Wai have the right blend of knowledge and experience in finance, business, and human relations to look after your town councils and to speak up in Parliament. I am confident my team has the heart and ability to serve you well.
Dear voters of West Coast GRC, I am Jeffrey Khoo. Dr. Tan has started many important initiatives as an MP, such as free HDB parking on Sundays to strengthen family bonds and allowing parents to use their CPF funds for their children's tertiary education. Dr. Tan made these proposals based on his compassion for the ordinary Singaporeans. Have you benefited from these measures? Now, a new normal demands a new approach. We are proposing a community ground-up approach that taps on the ingenuity of our people. Here are 3 new plans that we intend to bring to West Coast GRC. Firstly, we plan to offer and promote town council jobs for Singaporeans within West Coast GRC. We will also work closely with local SMEs to help match their jobs with residents in West Coast GRC. Secondly, we also hope to create communities of local startups and SMEs and help them grow with financial, office, management, and legal support. For example, we can help them participate in government procurement and overseas market development. Thirdly, COVID-19 has accelerated the digital and virtual work trends. But many encounter difficulties working from home due to a lack of space and privacy. We can transform void deck areas into co-working spaces with telecommunication facilities to support residents who have to work from home. From reading corners for kids, we now have working corners for adults. We can even locate community clinics and training career centers at void decks to service our residents. By cutting down the need for commute, we support climate change in reducing transport carbon footprint. So what is your vision for West Coast? Come share them with us, and together we make our dreams for West Coast and Singapore become a reality.
Dear voters of West Coast GRC, I am Loganathan. My team member Jeffrey has spoken about jobs in West Coast. Now I would like to talk about jobs at the national level. The COVID-19 outbreak has sparked urgent questions about the impact on jobs and the economy. We proposed a two-pronged approach. Firstly, we must prioritize jobs for Singapore citizens. There are currently about 400,000 foreign PMETs in Singapore, while tens of thousands of Singaporean PMETs are jobless. This is the golden opportunity to reduce our over-dependence on foreign labour. We proposed a review of employment passes to see how such positions could be filled by unemployed or retrenched Singaporeans instead. This is even more pertinent for junior positions. After all, our young graduates from one of the best education systems in the world. I believe they are more than qualified for these positions. In the short term, this proposal provides jobs for Singaporeans. In the long term, rebalancing the supply of foreign labor pushes employers to move towards a higher value add and higher wage model. Secondly, we certainly need to strengthen the social security net to help our citizens through this difficult period. We must take decisive actions to ease the financial pressure on Singaporeans through measures such as improving the financial assistance for these and unemployed due to the COVID-19, allowing flexibility in the withdrawal of CPF funds and increasing childcare subsidies for families. The government has committed 93 billion to tackle the pandemic, but these funds must be used responsibly and in a targeted manner to help Singaporeans. For example, nearly 100 million worth of wage subsidies were returned by companies because they did not need them. We need greater transparency and accountability on how these reserves is spent. Vote for Progress Singapore Party.
大家好，我是新加坡前进党的潘群琴。常常有国外的朋友告诉我，你们新加坡是全世界最富有的国家。身为土生土长的新加坡人，听到这样的赞誉，我当然深深感到骄傲。然而，仔细想想，我不禁要问：事实真是如此吗？我看到我们送外卖的年轻人，每天冒着生命危险，在马路上横冲直撞；老人家驼着背，在小贩中心收拾碗盘；辛苦经营的店铺一家家倒闭，等待领取公积金、安享晚年的国人失望的眼神。我不禁要问：建国几十年的历程里，到底哪里出了问题？为什么在我们纷纷引进外资和所谓国外人才的同时，我们的国人却被淘汰出局？为什么在生活成本日益提高的经济体制里，我们连基本薪资的承诺都无法做到？为什么贫富悬殊的差异越来越明显？为什么当有良心的国人看到政策有待改善时，却无法说出肺腑之言？不能自由地在自己的国家说出心中话的我们，是不是已经失去了灵魂？是的，新加坡门面光鲜，大家都被灌输一个观念，说是政府已经将一切安排妥当。然而，真是如此吗？为什么还是处处有悲情？不是以民为先的政策，始终无法带来幸福。新加坡前进党已经召唤了一批有爱心、有智慧、有理想、有经验的班底。我们期盼携手每一位新加坡国人，在宏观的国际课题上，在经济建设上和在民生问题上，把人民摆中间，一起努力，一起打拼，一起坚守我们辛苦建立的一切。我们愿意打这一场硬战，是因为我们深信，今天我们的付出肯定能为我们的下一代带来一个更温暖、更让人感动的美好未来。谢谢。
Dear voters of West Coast GRC, my teammates have just shared with you our policies and views. We are a group of loyal Singaporeans who want to serve you and to steer our country in a new direction under the guidance of the highly respected and experienced Dr. Tanjong Pagar. Please vote with no fear. Have no fear about a freak election results with the PAP out of power. Under our first past the post electoral system, the incumbent enjoy a strong advantage. In the last election, the PAP won 70% of the vote and 93% of the seats. On polling day this round, the PAP is still going to form the next government. You should worry more about the opposition being wiped out, because the odds are stacked highly against us. If that happens, there will be no one in Parliament who will fight for you on issues about your life, such as jobs, the high cost of living, and the use of our national reserves. Also, do not fall for the claim by the government that having 12 non-constituency members of Parliament is good enough. The NCMPs are not full MPs because they do not have the full weight of the support of the voters. The NCMPs are not allowed or do not have access to you who they want to serve. So vote us in as full MPs, because we want to bring about real change. To have a credible and strong alternative front, we need at least 1/3 of the contested seats in Parliament, and that is 32 seats. As there's absolutely no fear that the PAP will be voted out of power, you can actually get the best of both worlds, a strong PAP government and a strong alternative voice. Don't shortchange yourself. You deserve better. Vote for us. Vote for Progress Singapore Party. For country, for people.
Friday, 10th July is polling day, when Singaporeans can exercise their right to vote. Eligible voters will receive a poll card showing their allotted polling station and voting time band. On polling day, before heading to your polling station during your allotted voting time band, you can check the queue status at voteq.goware.gov.sg to minimize waiting time. Before leaving home, check your temperature. If your temperature is 37.5 degrees Celsius and above, or you are having respiratory symptoms, do not go to vote. You can apply to restore your name to the electoral register without penalty after the election. If your temperature is below 37.5 degrees Celsius, bring along your NRIC and your poll card to your polling station. Don't forget to wear your mask. When you arrive at the polling station, please join the queue at the temperature screening station. If your temperature is 37.5 degrees Celsius and above, you will be turned away. All voters must wear masks and observe safe distancing. Remember, at the polling station, do not take photographs or videos in the voting area. Within the voting area, priority queuing is given to senior voters and voters with physical disabilities. We have also reserved the morning time band for senior voters aged 65 years and above. Keep 1 meter apart from others when you're in queue. Lower your mask for identification and show the election official your photo on your NRIC. Scan your NRIC to register yourself. If you need help from the election official, sanitize your hands before handing over your NRIC. After electronic registration, join one of the queues to receive the ballot paper. When it is your turn, place your poll card and NRIC on the table. After the election official has read out your voter serial number and name, you may keep your poll card and NRIC. Then, please sanitize your hands and put on the disposable gloves before receiving the ballot paper. Go to the polling booth and mark a cross in the empty box for the candidate you are voting for with the self-inking pen. You may also use your own pen. When you're done, fold your ballot paper in half and drop the ballot paper into the ballot box. Remove your gloves and place them in the bin at the exit when you leave the polling station. Be socially responsible and help ensure voting is safe. Voting is safe. Your vote is secret. For more information, visit the Elections Department website or call the election hotline.
Tonight to News 5. It's the last day of campaigning before Friday's general election. Political parties make their final pitches before polling of day.
So this election is a serious election. It is about our lives, our jobs, our future.
We need a rational and responsible opposition in Parliament.
The full stories and more, all at 9.
Here are the candidates contesting in Yio Chu Kang SMC.
Dear residents of Yio Chu Kang, I'm Yip Hong Wing. I want to serve you for the next 5 years. There's a reason why I'm here today. How many of you have elderly parents or grandparents? I used to have a grandmother that I loved very much. She used to cook my favorite dish, chicken rice. I used to run around her estate for many hours over the weekends. Sadly, she passed away in 1999. I wished I had the opportunity to say goodbye to her. And this is the reason why I want to contribute to aging issues, to care for seniors in our community, just as how I would have loved to care for her. I used to run the Silver Generation office for many years. As a volunteer movement, we managed 3,000 volunteers and reached out to over 600,000 seniors across the island for the past 5 years. We go to their homes to touch them, to engage them, so that they can get access to the care and support services they need in the community. We have first-hand experience understanding the concerns and aspirations of the Pioneer and Merdeka generation seniors. Many of them can access the help they need in the community, but there are still some who require some help in the community. Let me share with you an example of a senior that we visited. Madam Tan lived in a 3-room flat. She lost the ability to walk after a bad fall in 2017. She moved around the house by sliding on the floor, seated on a red plastic bag. She sleeps on a yoga mat in the utility room, nearer to the kitchen and to the toilet. When we uncovered her situation, we quickly linked her up to a community nurse so that they can attend to her medical issues. There are still some Madam Tans out there today. There will be more as our population ages. Seniors who are socially isolated and silently in need. We need to reach out to them to make care accessible and affordable for them and build local communities of care. 洋错港居民们，我是叶汉荣。在洋错港这几个月里，我协助了许多居民们，了解了许多乐龄人士的需求。如果有幸当选，我会在洋错港会成红帽桥市政理事会的一部分，继续跟大家服务。让我们一起为洋错港建设一个美好的家园。谢谢大家。
亲爱的同胞们，我是罗淑义。我们即将在7月10日前往投票站投选。我仅此提问一些关系到我们未来的问题，请允许我问一个简单的问题：政府有真正为我国工作人士着想过吗？此时此刻，工作保障比以往任何时候更成为许多人重大的关切点。毕竟，新冠病毒的疫情已经造成无数国人被裁退。这是不是政府的政策失误，以及让太多的国外初级专业人员进入新加坡？为什么我们要引进这么多的外国人才，而不是雇佣本地人才呢？我们应该自我提问：即政府推动考虑优先新加坡人才方面是否做得足够？因此，新加坡前进党强烈推荐针对就业准证实行配额制，以及以新加坡人为优先的就业机会。洋错港的选民们，请投我一票。My dear Yio Chu Kang voters, I'm Kayla Lu. I'm here today to voice out and raise questions that concerns our future. Besides job securities, how about our welfare in times of crisis such as now? Has the government allocated a fair share to build a better infrastructure for us. The jewel at Changi Airport was built at the cost of 1.7 billion. Is this the best way to allocate our resources? We can see so many homeless Singaporeans and elderly still collecting cans, cardboards, or working as cleaners. Why are we not putting our taxpayers' money to benefit Singaporeans? Why can't we build retirement homes for the elderly and homeless? PSP strongly recommends that improving financial assistance. Public spending should be prudent. This is our home, our future, and our children's future. We need a compassionate government to protect our interests. My dearest voters of Yio Chu Kang SMC, vote for me, vote for PSP. You deserve better. For country, for people.
Here are the candidates contesting in Yuhua SMC.
I am the last PAP candidate to speak. Some of you said that we sound the same, look the same. Indeed, we are consistent in that we're pragmatic, trustworthy. We do what we say, and we'll only say what we will do. The PAP candidates share some important values. Values such as integrity, fairness, and service. Integrity. We deliver what we promise. We share with you our problems and constraints honestly. We do not trade your future for our short-term political gains. Fairness. We are driven by fairness to all races, faiths, and segments, whether young or old, rich or poor. The system that we run ensures fairness to all and do not favor one over the other. Service. Singaporeans and Singapore, you are at the heart of what we do. We are motivated to serve the people and not have the people serve our political gains. These common values form the basis of what we do and what we say. It is important to examine the values of the candidates, for the values will guide actions. And because the PAP candidates share these values, we sometimes sound the same. But if you give us the opportunity and get to know us better, you will find that we have unique and interesting backgrounds, views, and personalities. Our diversity will ensure that your views are heard, understood, and presented in policy making. I have been an MP for Yuhua for the last 14 years. You have seen me around in the coffee shop, in the markets, jogging at Jurong Lake. I take my responsibility as your MP seriously. I will put your interests as my priority, serve and support you to the best of my ability. The next 5 years will be a challenging time for all of us. Our lives, our jobs, and our future are at stake. This is not a time for trial and error. Please vote wisely. Please vote carefully. 这是大选，关系重大，您的一票绝对重要。海燕，我在裕华的14年，希望能得到你的赞同，请投我一票，继续让我与您风雨无阻，与您同行。
Dear residents of Yuhua, we are facing a new normal today. COVID-19 created a challenging situation, dangerous for our future, our seniors, and our children. This election, the PM and his team put us all at risk. Even when everyone's wearing a mask, a 66-year-old Singaporean who works at the dormitory infected his family, and within 4 days, infected others in his block in Tampines. Imagine, just one infected person going to the polls may easily cause others to be infected despite safeguards. The PAP does not have solutions for this new world. The old formula of inviting MNCs
into the country and flooding the country with cheap foreign labor will not work anymore. Not all problems can be solved by saving costs. And when there are too many cars and you increase the COE and ERP. When you want to conserve water, you increase the cost of water. Honestly, does that work? Many solutions feel like vanity projects that cost billions. Even the former president of Institute of Engineers, Dr. Lee Bee-Wah, recently stated that the pneumatic waste conveyance system cost 11 million, and this was for Yuhua alone. She was concerned, as am I, whether the cost of implementing the system will eventually be passed to the residents in some form. I visited blocks yesterday to check on reports about foul smells coming from this expensive waste system. While I did not smell a persistent waste odor, I admire at the marvel and the idea and wonder, why is this not implemented throughout Singapore? Is it because of the maintenance cost of the system? Sometimes even throwing money at the problem does not solve it, and it becomes a never-ending money pit. But I guess the incumbent MP is the best person for this job, as she has a lot of experience with expensive bin centers, including the complicated one at the National Arts Council. Make your vote count. If you don't want problems solved by increasing costs, please vote for me. Vote for the SDP. And let us work together to embrace a new normal that sees more ideas and options needed to bring us out of this current crisis. Make Singapore alive. Let's progress again. Thank you.